EDP445, the official documentary. Let's get into it.
For everybody watching this documentary, I want you guys to take away and come away with, I am not what the fuck they say that I am.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The global elites are clearly trying to make people empathize with pedophiles. Whoever's paying for this, whoever has the money to fund this documentary, I see what you're doing. Give me some bread. Give me 10 mil. I'll stop exposing you. I'm trolling, chat.
I'm a strong ass motherfucking soldier, and none of you fucking faggots can break my ass because I'm still standing, bitch.
You can say, you see, why are you getting a doc? The sick mind of EDP445. I'm not gonna lie, with his physique and stuff, it might be genetic destiny for him to be who he is. Like, I don't know if y'all know anything about looks maxing. After looks maxing, there's the black pill. And then after the black pill, there's genetic determinism. And if you're interested in that sort of stuff, if you got my type of tism, look into it a little bit. It could improve every aspect of your life.
Before this, the doc is 1 hour 30 minutes.
Dang, my TikTok live is being flagged for bad behavior. Nope. If you want to watch, watch. If you don't, don't.
Breaking news. YouTuber EDP445 caught trying to meet a child for sex. Coming out here to pick up a cupcake.
He was caught. He never went to jail. They didn't even catch him in the right way. He goons like crazy shit. Real spiel. This a max prestige gooner. If you have the mental strength, stop gooning. Save that energy for your goals, dreams, and aspirations.
I'm looking for a real investigation here, so I just want to let you know. See this shit right here, dog? See, this is the shit you have to watch out for, man. You got motherfuckers, shit, little young ass high school motherfuckers, you know what I mean? Little fucking fags and shit.
He shouldn't be anywhere near these children.
I mean, let's be fucking real. Like, you know, like people, you know, guys, you know, they think about, you know, fucking a shit out of a 15-year-old, 16-year-old. Oh man, that bitch walking down the street. She's in high school. She's hot.
Who is funding this documentary? Who's funding this? Like, where the money at? Who's giving them money to do this?
Fuck, you know what I mean? Now, mind you, my shit gets put out there. You feel me? But let's not get the game fucked up just because
6 men report attraction to minors. What does that mean? Do not empathize with them. No, there's a lot of them. No, it's okay. No. A lot of women are PDF files too. They're just not on the news as much because it's not as frowned upon. Watch out. Protect the children, please. Protect the children to have a thriving society. That's step one.
I think a certain way doesn't mean other people don't think the same way that I think. You know, motherfuckers just don't know who you are, and your fucking ass just ain't getting exposed on the internet. You know what I mean?
2% of the population are PDF files. And they need to go. This should never be normalized. Like in the UK, they have a PDF file party. What's going on? Lock in.
Every day, there's a new person that gets exposed for some type of sexual contact with a minor. Whenever it happens, we're all like, oh, what was he thinking?
Dr. Disrespect, he was texting a girl on Twitch.
Why would he do that?
Dane Dawson,
But
oh
you
my
never hear why.
gosh. They're making you empathize with your favorite creator. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. This is elite marketing. This is elite strats. Oh my gosh. Elite is a double entendre.
Never say why. They don't say anything, or they disappear, or they act like...
James Charles, he should already be canceled. He did it like 10 times, and they haven't got him off the platforms. You see the lookism, chat? If you look like this, they'll ban you off YouTube and everything. But if you look like this, you can keep posting, even though you're messing with young boys over and over again. Learn the rules of the game and play it to the best of your ability, chat.
didn't happen. And so as uncomfortable and fucked up as this documentary
This is disgusting stuff.
it actually answers that question.
Like, he went to that place to have sex with a third.
We got Moist Critical on the documentary. This the elite fence sitter. He never has a strong opinion that the internet doesn't have. He practically chooses the internet's opinions every single post. I respect it though. You got to get to the bag, chase a bag. Don't worry about what I'm doing.
13-year-old.
Definitely.
Actually, he
discretion.
donates most of his money to charity, allegedly. Allegedly. If he showed proof, hey, shout out to Moist Critical, man. Penguin Zero.
Is advised. Dude's a perverted dude.
Gideon!
He sent me videos of him masturbating.
So what advice would I give to EDP445? And I'm sure you're going to be watching, sir. And I would tell you this if you were in my office. You need to stop doing this documentary.
And he still did it. You see the theater, you see the acting, you can see a lot of parallels with politics, maybe. I don't know. I'm just a guy.
Why do you think you wanted to have sex with a 13?
That's the guy with the computer engineering degree.
I mean, the reason why I wanted to have sex with a 13-year-old is already fucking clear.
It's not at all. It's not. You had money. You could have found a woman your age or something built just like you. You see, it's the hypergamy on the male side. He's a weirdo, bro. A real weirdo.
Fucking a bitch's innocence away, you know?
Is EDP445
It's actually about to piss me
yes,
off.
I believe he is.
I don't give a fuck if you're a minor. I don't give a fuck. Oh, well, she's just a girl. You can't be doing that shit. Bitch, you gotta die.
What's wrong with you, bro? Who is funding this?
It's just, the dude is a monster. Like, an actual, straight-up, honest-to-God monster. And
this is one of those moments in YouTube history where everybody saw this.
445 situation.
And now this? With a 15-year-old girl?
He doesn't care that he's on committing crime.
You don't give a fuck how old she is. You're just trying to get your
Bro, get him out of here. Who's funding
fucking
this?
nut in.
I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna pause less. My
Oh, he
bad.
was talking to 13 and 12-year-olds. Fuck all that.
No.
But now you're gonna tell me the next documentary my clone's gonna do is this guy EDP.
Whoever this kid is, I understand it's your big break, but kid EDP? Come on, gang. LARPing that Diddy Floyd.
I want to take full responsibility for my actions.
You know, 2 years ago, you were calling up, kiss my ass, man.
Gideon caught him.
He's completely innocent.
He's a
Don't
genuine.
respond to this if it's pre-recorded.
Great
It's not
guy.
pre-recorded,
He really
dude.
is.
How do you even let yourself go this much? This how you, the goy slop, the dopamine you get from food. You see, that's how you can really tell people's cognitive abilities sometimes.
Okay, all right. So, again, what brings you out here today?
Well, I was actually coming out here to pick up a cupcake.
His big self, the only excuse he could think of was more food, more goy slop, or more unhealthy eats. For a period of 2 years, I documented the life of EDP445.
I'll get there and we can get set up and start filming. I just wanted to make sure you're all good.
The following film contains highly disturbing material. If you can't handle this, tap out. Somebody, if you're in my Discord, they'll let you know when I'm on UF.
Life right now is
or whatever game I'm
great.
on.
I can honestly say I have not talked to a single fucking minor on any social media platforms.
Because anytime he makes an account, they ban him. That's why.
I have 2 great paying well-loving jobs. You know, my health is, you know, pretty fucked up, but I'm doing.
I mean, you don't gotta tell us, bro. We can tell.
Doing whatever I can.
We can tell. It's pretty obvious.
To try to, you know, take care of myself, and the only thing that we can continue doing is continue to try to push forward. You know.
He's a mall cop now.
Documentary,
Say swear.
Blatant proof and evidence of you committing multiple crimes against children. What do you have to say to that?
Plead the fifth.
Why is he smiling? You see, even looking at his smile, like you telling me you would trust this guy? He looks like a good guy, an upstanding young man. Viewers' discretion is advised. It's good, B. The Making of a Monster, Part 1. Hold on, Chad. I'm gonna go grab my water bottle. I'll be back.
I was born in Los Angeles, California, in Compton Hospital. My childhood was pretty great. You know, I had 2 great, loving, caring parents. You know. So my first ever Eagles game was November 30th, 1997.
Stay hydrated.
What really
it helps you ascend, it helps you
fall
look
in
better.
love with them was actually the logo on the helmet and how pissed off the actual logo looked. And from that point on, I was like, fuck it. That's the team that I'm going to follow.
Making all Eagles fans look bad, and now I'm a Philly Bull, bro. I don't even know if I could get my Eagles jersey now.
My favorite memory as a kid growing up.
You see how they keep using babies and children to make you humanize and empathize with them? If you had more estrogen, you'd be like, oh, he's not a bad guy. He just made a bad decision. No. Use your testosterone to make an informed decision. Or cutthroat.
My favorite memory as a kid growing up was Monday nights, me and my sister would do our homework, and then at around 8:30, maybe 9 o'clock, we would get ready to watch Monday Night Raw is War, like fucking wrestling and shit, you know what I mean? But yeah, we had a great time growing up, you know. So my favorite memory growing up was
asking about the game name.
Getting ready
I'm not
to watch
on the
wrestling.
game. I'm on YouTube.
What I loved most about wrestling growing up was I love the bad guys. My favorite wrestler.
Of course he did. Of course he did.
Growing up, I would probably have to say was like Triple H. You know what I mean? Because Triple H.
Why aren't you built like him? If you really messed with him, why are you? Let me stop. Let me chill. Let me relax.
H was a fucking piece of shit. Like, he did what the fuck he had to do to get to the top, and he didn't give a damn who he fucked over. He didn't give a damn how you felt about him. Like,
it's almost like the media you consume affects you depending on IQ is how much it affects your brain.
Hey, take a hammer, bash your fucking brains out. Cool, fuck it. Take his title and leave. I always loved the bad guys, you know. After a while, the whole, you know, typical bullshit where it's like, you know, come out and save the day, you know, nobody gives a fuck about that shit, you know what I mean? Like, we want to see, like, some villains.
He was a villain from birth. Unfortunate.
I really connected with villains because they just did a lot of foul and fucked up shit. Without villains, you wouldn't have a storyline. For me, I just felt like, you know, the villain was more important than the fucking hero, basically, you know what I mean? So in high school, I tried to talk to girls here and there, but it just wasn't fucking working. More specifically,
I mean, based on his physique, I could tell, bro. She mocks you to death. Of course she's not gonna talk to you.
I tried talking to Martha. She basically led me the fuck on. She let me hug her. She even held hands with me. Low-key, she was talking to somebody else. When she broke it off
You see, his villain origin story was because a girl left him. You see, he's trying to be relatable to everybody because this happens to a lot of people. No, he is not relatable. Do not empathize. Pathologize.
With me, I was so hurt. I went home. I ran up the stairs. I was crying in my fucking room, head in my fucking pillow. I was legitimately fucking hurt. Like I felt crushed inside, you know?
Is this the best fake crying this actor could do?
Upstairs, I was crying in my
No
fucking
wonder
room.
this is his big break. Come on, bro. No tears, no nothing. You just LARPing.
Head in my fucking pillow. I was legitimately fucking hurt. Like I felt crushed inside, you know? With Martha, it basically showed me women ain't shit, and they will play you, they will fuck you over, and won't even fucking think twice about it.
That is a fact. But do not let it turn you into a PDF file. What?
Finishing up high school, my mindset with women was, all right, cool, fuck it, don't give a shit. Shit, after high school, I got this job working at Walmart, got fired within a month. Then the YouTube channel happened. I remember sitting down one day, and I wanted to make a porn-related YouTube name. And so I'm just sitting there, I literally just got off a fucking Pornhub, I swear to God. And I went on YouTube.
Max Prestige Gooner. You can low-key tell based on the build. No offense. No offense.
Clicked on create an account, and it said, what do you want your username to be? And I'm like, I typed in, eat that pussy, right? And I was like, well, I gotta come up with some type of numbers, you know what I mean? At first I started, eat that pussy 555. Doesn't fucking sound right. Sounds fucking stupid, you know what I mean? Eat that pussy 926. I'm just like, nah, it's fucking dumb. I got up, I went to go weigh myself. At that current time, I was 445 pounds.
He named himself 445 because he was pushing 500? Oh my gosh.
And I'm like,
they will lie,
there it is.
Bro.
Eat that pussy 445. All of my anger, leading back from middle school, high school, getting rejected by women, it just came the fuck out in that one goddamn video. I was fucking heated.
You got rejected for clear and obvious reasons. You gotta do some fork downs. Actually, now that Ozempic hit, hop on Ozempic, gang. You gotta do something else, or else you might cook your bones.
Started uploading more, and people started sharing my videos a lot more. This shit blew up. And from that point on, my subscribers just started increasing and increasing and increasing. And before you knew it, I had close to 4 million subscribers.
4 million.
For the first time in my life, I felt a sense of accomplishment. You know what I mean? It was a great feeling. It was really amazing.
And he gave it all up to go meet a 13-year-old girl for a cupcake.
Yeah, so I mean, at the current point in time, even at the peak of my YouTube channel, I was still a virgin. I didn't have any self-confidence to talk to girls. It's like you come home to
at least Zoran Mamdani, he harnessed his incel energy and became the king of New York after Jalen Brunson, of course.
all this shit, man. He got a nice ass fucking Acura MDX in the parking lot, brand new 2021 Hyundai Elantra, nice ass house. He got fucking over 120 grand in the fucking bank. No pussy at all. Jacking off watching porn.
120 grand in the bank? You still can't get a girl? Come on, gang.
Calling 1-800 phone sex lines and shit. It's like, had all this fucking money and still couldn't get a fucking girlfriend. That shit was like, what the fuck, you know what I mean? At that point in time, I didn't give a fuck.
Maybe pay a personal trainer to help you ascend so you can get raw attraction.
You know what I mean? At that point in time, I was willing to do whatever the fuck I had to do to get some sort of attention. And right then and there, you fucked up because now something bad is about to happen, you know what I mean?
Are they trying to blame hypergamy? They're blaming hypergamy for him being a PDF?
Hey, baby, let me give you a call back. I'll make the video, all right, love you.
My name is Johnny Rodriguez, aka Cold Raven, or some people know me as Cold Raven's Nest, sadly still a YouTuber. EDP is a chocolate hippopotamus, and I like to split his fucking skull. I've been having these feelings for quite some time because he's a manipulative, lying, pretentious, disingenuous, flip-flopping piece of shit. He has no balls.
Old Raven, who is this? Like how EDP is an Eagles fan, is this his opposite? A skinny white dude? A fat black guy?
So inside my first video, I came out with just accusations. In the second video, I showed dead proof evidence.
So what is this, man? Come on, EDP445. I thought you said you had a pedal, right?
Of him texting 2 to 3 girls, cute, calling them sexy. More girls started coming out and started texting me like, hey, he was also texting me this inappropriate stuff. So I looked at his followers list, right? He had around 300 to 400 accounts he was following. The problem with that is around 120 to 130 of these accounts, 13-year-olds.
You see? That's why not everybody should have motion and not everybody should be famous.
13-year-olds. I knew at this point, it was just out of my hands. This is not my expertise. There's only so much I can show. So I need to take it to the next level. And out there, you got a lot of these guys who catch predators online. And there was one guy I've been watching for years who's really, really, really good at it. I reached out to him. His name is Alex Rosen.
My name's Alex Rosen, and I'm the head of Predator Poachers, and we catch online child predators. Well, Cold Raven basically was sounding the alarms before I even knew about any of this with EDP. And at first, to be truthful, I didn't want to believe it. I was just like, oh, EDP's an incel, this and that. But, you know, seeing the evidence, it was very blatant that he was not only just following underage kids, he was hitting on them in the comments, and obviously I'm sure he was trying to DM them as well.
He's in the comments too? Bro, what's wrong? That's how you know how low IQ he is. Because
so that gave us reason to throw an account his way and to follow him. And in our profile, we had that we were 13 years old. We reach out to him, we just say hi, I'm a big fan. And he says,
hey, what's up?
Just found your YouTube channel. Why are you so funny?
No.
Because I keep it real on these videos. That's why.
And the conversation ends there. And then 2 days later, he messages us again, completely out of the blue, and picks up the conversation.
LOL, what are you doing?
Nothing.
Dang, this is really all of the attention he could get. This is why he was desperate. It don't matter. He could have taken better care of himself. He never had to do this.
I'm 13. I don't know if I told you.
That makes up you and about 99% of my no pussy getting fucking faggot fan base.
Yeah, he starts off very cordial, and then he slowly starts a grooming process.
Can I tell you a secret? Promise not to tell.
Yeah, sure.
I always wanted to get to know someone young, a little cuter than yourself.
And, you know, compliments, and then it kind of goes to sexual stuff.
Wish I could hug you to warm you up.
When and where?
This is nasty work.
Or wherever you're coming with.
And then eventually he just full on soliciting sex.
Would you want to do anything else?
You mean like sex or something?
Maybe. Would that be bad?
We can, but only when you're ready.
Hanging out, chilling, you know, just got done doing some cameos, bullshit, shooting shit, watching TV or whatever. And I get this random ass fucking message by some chick that.
You see how they purposefully didn't use his voice for his line? They made it seem like a different third embodied bad guy. Come on now.
Goes by the name of Sophie Smith. She said that my videos were really funny. Said that she loves my fucking content, you know, all this shit, you know. Yeah, so it was about a month in when things started getting sexual.
Listen, I know your body's growing and you're starting to develop. That's why I agreed to this. I want to be here first.
Why did I respond to a 13-year-old? Desperation, isolation, loneliness. It's boring as fuck. You have nothing going on. You don't even know how to talk to a fucking girl.
It's not that he responded. It's that he was already DMing and seeking out young women. Young girls.
You need some sort of excitement in your fucking life. So I said fucking in the wrong way.
You're so hot and cute that even have me jerking off.
Ooh, that's hot. Can I see? Oh, wow. It's so big.
At the time, me sending sexual pictures to a 13-year-old, I was fucking lonely and just not getting any fucking action, not getting fucking laid, not having the confidence to talk to a girl of my age. It was a fucking shit show.
I'm gonna bend you over my table and just slide my cock inside you and slowly begin to take your virginity. I wanna fuck your innocence.
Notice how they're not using his actual voice. Why didn't he just... All he had to do was keep doing that.
When I blocked her, I knew that it was wrong. I knew that it was something that was highly illegal.
I blocked her, but here you are meeting her for a cupcake. Come on, bro.
That shouldn't be done, you know, so I was clearly aware of the law and I was clearly aware of what I was doing, you know, clearly aware of my actions and totally understanding of, you know, what I was doing, you know what I mean?
Sophie, I can't do this. I can't do this shit. You're so young. You're 13 and I'm 30. You should be what's your age.
I ended up unblocking her simply due to the fact that, you know,
I don't even want to hear his excuse. He's a PDF. Do not empathize, pathologize.
I felt bad. I mean, I felt bad, and at the same time, you know, she was like the only person that was really giving me that sort of attention, you know what I mean? And ultimately just led to me unblocking her.
I'm sorry. Please forgive me for blocking you. I got scared. I hope you weren't upset. I'm sorry for not taking your feelings into consideration. I will next time. I promise. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
She says, you should fucking jerk off on, you know, you should fucking jerk off to me on FaceTime. And I'm like, all right, cool, sure, why not? Fuck it, you know what I mean?
All right, cool. Why not? Fuck it. 13-year-old girl, by the way.
Well, in any state in the country, meeting a minor off the internet when there's no strings attached is not illegal. There needs to be some strings attached. So after EDP sent the masturbation videos, after he said, like, I want to throw you in my sex dungeon and fuck you, stuff like that, that's when we're like, okay, we can go ahead and meet up.
Yeah, so pretty much she told me that her grandma was supposed to be like, you know, I guess out and about doing something or whatever, therefore like giving us quote unquote alone time or whatever, so yeah. And to be honest with you, man, like I ultimately decided to go simply because I felt bad.
What kind of excuse is that? That's
During
no
that
type
day,
of excuse.
I actually blocked her 1 or maybe 2 times. Then I unblocked her ass. She was like, you know, oh my god, why'd you block me? Blah blah blah. And I was telling her, I'm like, Sophie, I can't fucking do this shit. Like this is fucking illegal. Like I can't. Like what the fuck are you doing, bro?
All alleged, by the way.
You know what I mean? And she started crying up on the phone. She's all like, oh my God, you know, I just wanted to give you a cupcake, whatever. You know what I mean? I'm here making cupcakes. I'm going to give you one, you know?
So the story was that we also baked cupcakes. So then, you know, he's kind of nervous the day of, like, he's very, like, apprehensive. You know, we're like, oh, well, I still make cupcakes. And that's what led EDP to be like, okay, I'll come. So that's how to deal with that.
So he came for the cupcakes.
When I was driving to that location, my mom was a heavy smoker. She used to smoke Coors 100 drink pack. And so when I was driving there, I smelled my mom's, the scent of her cigarettes coming from the back seat. That's something I never told anyone. I felt like my mom was with me, watching over me. You know?
What do you think about?
And you still went to go meet the child.
I'm trying to tell you.
I felt like she was trying to tell me don't go. I was, you know, thinking this in my head. How the fuck is this going to go down? How am I going to act? What am I going to say? You know what I mean? Like, horny as fuck. Fuck the porn shit. You were just craving, like, you know, human contact. You know what I mean? So
then the day comes.
You could go to one of those Asian massage parlors and just ask for the happy. That's the human contact you could get.
In Bakersfield, and that's when he's getting like very, very nervous about everything. But he agrees to come nonetheless, and we're just waiting at the Jack in the Box, you know, just kind of having a good angle of the apartments we gave him. And then we just see like this giant blob walking up this ramp, and you know, he's massive from the distance. I'm like, oh my God, that's him.
The iconic place.
I was like, hey, what's up, EDP? And he's like, what's up? And he puts his hand up for a fist bump. I give him a fist bump. And then he tries to fist bump CCU, and CCU is like, I don't like fist bump people like you.
Well, fist bump? I don't fist bump people like you, man. I mean, when you wouldn't fist bump me, I mean, it felt like the classic case of fucking rejection.
I don't fist bump people like you. Real spiel.
Okay. And you know, I told him like, hey, we gotta kind of go over things with Sophie.
We have you talking to Sophie. Correct, yes or no? Right. Okay. I was caught red-handed. Shit was about to go down.
And he's like, I'm just here to get a cupcake.
They had the transcript, they had the log, they had the screenshots and all that shit. And I mean, I basically just told him, yeah, I mean, I'm just here to get a fucking cupcake. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Again, so what brings you out here today?
Well, I was actually coming out here to pick up a cupcake and then go back home.
The EDP445 situation.
EDP445.
EDP445. EDP445.
The whole internet. This is an infinite view glitch.
When EDP got caught and the video got uploaded, it went viral immediately.
The memes blew up. They were all over the place. There was no escaping the EDP445 cupcake memes. And then we get into the messages, and he admits to sending tons of penis pictures.
That's what happens when you're super popular. You're under a microscope. Chat, just in case the elites try and get me gone, I have never, will never do anything like this. You know, but, you know, the institutional powers that be have a lot of power and can change the narrative fast.
You were in that 13 edition, of course. Okay, yeah, he said. Correct. Okay, all right.
As much as he lies to the camera, now he was very forthcoming with us when we interviewed him.
Yeah, no, it's something good, dude.
I thought my fucking life was over. Sorry, crying, all that theatrical bullshit. You know, as I was walking up, I thought this was a real ass person.
You did double text here.
Started crying. I mean, it's just as I expected. You better cry.
Okay, so you initiated conversation with her.
But the main thing I feel like I regret that day is I didn't bring my Glock off the counter. I didn't shoot those motherfuckers. You know what I mean?
Bring my Glock off the counter. So, not also are you being a PDF. You're gonna become a murderer, a homicide too? What?
In my mind, as I'm walking out, just
stay away from the low IQ, especially if they don't know how to control their emotions. You're just the 48 laws of power says stay away from unlucky people. I don't know. There's a little bit of truth in it.
Fuck out, dude. Just go. Get out, go, run, now. Well, I thought they would blow over because, like, you know, in my mind, I'm like, okay, well, you know, yeah, I got caught, but nothing actually fucking happened. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, whatever. I really wasn't aware of how badly I fucked up until probably like a few days later. The shit made the news. You know what I mean? It was front page on Yahoo, on Google. Came to the conclusion, better call a fucking lawyer.
That makes sense, you know, try and get out. What's up with you, gang?
Straight the fuck up, man, especially when, you know, when you're talking to a lawyer, you better not hide a motherfucking thing. And he's all like, well, obviously what you did was illegal. Give me some time to look into it. I got connections down at the police department. I'll look into it, and I'll keep you updated. Like, okay, cool. 2 days, 3 days, 4, 5, 6.
If that lawyer doesn't have one of those small hats, they might be not as good as they could be.
7. Give him a call. I'm like, everything cool? What the fuck? Like, should I be worried? He's all like, he's like, oh no, man, just sit tight, man, nothing going on. He has a little computer to where, you know, he can see if, like, you know, you're under investigation or anything like that. Was never under investigation. Yeah, they looked into it, but because good old Alex Rosen, right? Because he decided.
Are they going to use the excuse because he didn't actually commit the act that he's a good guy? He should be fine? No.
I had to fuck up and botch this goddamn sting operation so badly. There's nothing that they can do. So as much as they want to write all this fucked up shit about me online and I should be in jail, prison, felon, I should be on the sex offenders list and all this bullshit. Guess what, bro? I'm a free man, bitch. Who gonna send these motherfuckers? The hell, rightfully so, where they fucking rightfully belong.
There's definitely a chance that he faces criminal prosecution. I think.
Oh my gosh.
What he's doing now, by quite frankly doing this documentary, it's just a stupid fucking idea. Okay, so the first picture.
Anything for the views, I guess.
Sure is his erect penis, and the second one looks like he has ejaculated. So that will get you in trouble. He's well within the statute of limitations. Just on that alone, he could be prosecuted.
Hi, my name is Mike Klum. I was calling to speak with the Kern County District Attorney. Okay, if Ms. Zimmer is not available, is there anyone else that could speak to why EDP has not been prosecuted? Maybe like the sheriff?
I'm telling you, chat, there's holes in every system, including the justice system. Be very careful what you do and what trouble you get into. You could cook yourself for life.
This 32-year-old guy wants to spend a Sunday afternoon chilling with a 13-year-old girl.
I'm gonna see right over there.
That Chris Hansen, the man, the myth, the legend.
Why did you show up that day? Why did you go to that location? What did you think was going to happen?
I showed up at that location that day, trying to obviously meet up with an underage girl. You know what I mean? And I guess you can say trying to have sex. I don't know.
You tried to have sex with a 13-year-old girl?
For the most part, yeah. People have a tendency of doing this, I feel like, because they enjoy the innocence and having control of somebody. You know?
Why are you saying people like you're not talking about yourself?
Sounds like that's what you wanted to do.
Right.
Nobody your age you could have hung out with.
No.
No woman your age you could date. You had to pick on a 13-year-old girl.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh my God, babe, it's a playful spank. You say, when I spank you, it's supposed to be sexy, LOL. If anything, I just bend you over and kiss your ass. Yes, well, maybe, but only if you're a good girl. What are you trying to do here with this?
What do you think I'm trying to do?
Why? It sounds like you're trying to sexually assault a 13-year-old girl.
If that's what it looks like, I guess that's what it is, man.
Handcuff you.
What do you mean if that's what it looks like?
Bring you back to my dungeon.
That is what it is.
Climbing through a window. You're so hot and cute and even have me jerking off. Were you masturbating when you were talking to her? You sent pictures?
Yeah.
You sent pictures of your penis. It's wrong.
Right, I know.
It's illegal. Had Alex Rosen not botched this, you might be in prison right now.
Thank God you didn't.
Well,
why is he being so forthcoming with this information? What's going on behind the scenes?
If it was Robert Long, I'd be in shackles right now, so.
But I have to tell you something. Had this been me doing an investigation, your EDP445 ass would be in prison now. EDP is clearly in trouble. What he did was wrong, and under a different set of circumstances, against the law. The fact that the decoy posing as Sophie sent the first message would make the case virtually unprosecutable in my world, in the world of law. The adult always has to make the first approach. Otherwise, you jeopardize the case.
Oh, so they low-key honeypotted him, so it doesn't count.
And again, it probably was something that for Alex Rosen created a lot of views and clicks and made some news in different pockets of the internet. But the case isn't prosecutable. And at the end of the day, it looks amateurish and sloppy. What accountability can you take in the fact that EDP's free today?
Well, yeah, I mean, I myself could have done a better job.
He did the follows on
instead of trying
TikTok.
to just like, stand my ground, be bullish, standoffish, infinitely more stuff that I could have done to try to make him, to at least put in more effort into hoping that he gets arrested. But, I can confidently say that predator poachers have been responsible for getting, infinitely sicker people in ED off the streets, and ED played a part in teaching us that lesson on how to do that.
My thoughts on Alex Rosen is I feel like he's a piece of shit.
Anything for the
I feel like he
views.
should burn in hell and go fucking die, if I'm being completely honest with you. You're some fucking redneck fucking some fat ass overweight bitch plastering shit on the internet and fucking with people's livelihoods. But you know what though, Mike, it's perfectly fine. It's great because everybody hates the pedophile, right? Okay, cool. So that's perfectly fine. So just fuck.
As they should.
Fine, it's great because everybody hates the pedophile, right?
As they should. As they should.
Just, fuck the fact that you're ruining my goddamn life.
Protect children.
Good, great, fucking wonderful. This world's fucked up, man.
What do you do next time? You text a 13-year-old girl or a 14-year-old girl. They won't get in the car. They won't get next time. They won't get in the car. That's hard for me to believe. I think.
My name is Kayla Hoskins, and in June 2023, I received an Instagram DM from EDP445, otherwise known as Bryant. I first replied to EDP because I always reply to anyone who messages me, and they didn't know who he was. But I freaked out because he told me he was suicidal, and sooner rather than later, he started sending very flirtatious messages.
Emotional manipulation right there.
Since the day you messaged me, I've been dreaming of sliding my cock deep inside that fresh pussy. Just fucking away your essence, showing you how a real man does it, pinning you against the bed and taking your virginity.
Disgusting.
A while later, Jadion added EDP into his Discord, filled with kids, for a Q&A. And then when I told people in the server that EDP texted me, Jadion quickly knew about it because his manager told him.
Well, my government name is DeMarcus Cousins III, but everybody on the internet knows me as Jadion. I was like, you know what, this is gonna be it, and I want to make sure that I don't screw it up, so I hit up Skeet because he knows, and he's actually got people prosecuted before.
My name is GOATeeJay, also known as Steve Hansen. I am a professional Chris Hansen impersonator on YouTube.
And I continued messaging him because it was very like encouraged for me to keep doing it. I didn't really want to, but I didn't want to disappoint anybody.
The way I asked listeners' face, I need you to tell me now. I've always wanted to be with a little emo girl.
Because he sent me videos saying that he was gonna shoot me and kill me if I ever said anything.
See, Caleb, don't need to scare you, but now I have to fucking shoot your ass. I have a crazy injury that possibly puts you in the fucking hospital. If not worse. Not only that, I can kill everybody.
It was uncomfortable. Like there was days where I didn't even like want to leave my bed. And
tell your parents. Tell a trusted adult. Please.
He was trying to fly me out to Vegas on my 16th birthday to give me quote birthday dick.
Well, I sent her a video of myself fucking masturbating, you know what I mean? Well, I mean, the fact that she fucking asked for the fucking shit.
When EDP sent me photos that were very explicit of him, I felt very uncomfortable, but I didn't really know what to do because I felt like it was encouraged by everybody. And, yeah.
She's all like, hey, would you like to see a picture of my tits? Sure, why not? Why
This guy has serious problems.
the fuck are you asking me that fucking shit? Sure, why not? So I did play a part in it, okay? I'm not sure why not, you know? Yeah, the reason I let her send me those pictures is because I was worried as fucking beating the shit. I ain't gonna lie, bro. She has a never mind.
Bro, this is a bad guy. Why are you? Why is this doc being made? Look at him.
Caleb got a motherfucking figure on her, okay? Like, let's be fucking honest, okay? And, like, you know, she's over here, like, you know, trying to turn me on, you know, all this extra shit, you know what I mean? Titty pics, you know, saying how she's gonna fucking suck me off when me fucking me, call me daddy, and all this bullshit. Because in the moment, bro, you don't fucking care. You really don't. You know what I mean? You don't give a fuck about the consequences. You don't care about the rules. You know, anybody that say that they do, they're fucking stupid. You know what I mean? They're lying to you. At that point in time, all rules are out the fucking window. You know what I mean? You don't give a fuck how old she is. You're just trying to fucking nut it. You know, and after you know, fucking cream all over the goddamn floor, then you're like, oh shit, I fucked up bad. You know what I mean? Like, that's where, you know.
So he's trying to relate it to post-nut clarity. This is not the same thing at all.
It all comes into play, you know, what you just did wrong, you know.
So I was like, okay, Ski, how do we do this? And we just game planned it out, and we called multiple different law enforcement in our area, trying to set up like a sting operation, and didn't back out, you know.
Just doing double backflip. No.
You know, he just, you know, being EDP.
I was hoping to get a sting operation, but they kind of didn't want to do that because Jadeon hired a private investigator that found EDP's apartment, his work, and his dialysis center. So on my birthday, they went to confront him.
After we realized that he wasn't going to drive to actually meet up with a girl, we set something up in Las Vegas, Nevada to try to confront him about what he had been doing online, messaging this girl.
Where?
Oh, that's here. That looks like I'm at the girl. Oh my god, dear Lord, it's EDP. It's EDP in the flesh. I love you, bro.
And as I'm walking into the dialysis center, these motherfuckers pop out the goddamn van. Right then and there, I was like, give me Kayla's address because I'm about to hop in this car and I'm about to go blow this bitch's brains out.
Texting me right now, so he's told me fuck you, bitch.
I don't give a fuck if you're a minor. I don't give a fuck. Oh, well, you know, she's just a girl. You can't be doing that shit. Bitch, you gotta die.
He cussed me out. He told me to, I believe, he told me to kiss his ass.
2 years ago, you were kiss my ass.
The whole meetup was underwhelming, you know, like he just went inside.
It's disappointing. He said 2 words and then he walked right in.
You're the emo pig. I am Nightmare. You missed the beginning of stream.
As long as you don't say a word, you're good to go.
The emo pig. The emo pig was real.
It's an embarrassing clown show. You know, he says the same thing over and over again. The way this investigation, it's not really an investigation, but the way this was conducted makes it unprosecutable. And you've got Skeeter, or whatever his name is, who's clowning around, taking my lines, I suppose, and murdering them with a guy in a cupcake outfit. There's no serious attitude here. It's a clown show. And it resulted in nothing.
I think there possibly maybe could have been different results in this case if me and Jadeon did not confront EDP or take the situation into our hands at all. That's a hard maybe, though. And, you know, that way, obviously, there's no concept there, so it's like,
What's your opinion on Skeeter Gene?
I don't know Skeeter Gene. He reached out to me sometime ago.
Knows nothing about him.
I just, it's not something I would ever do. Because I don't need to. I mean, I don't need to create a clown show with somebody who is merely seeking to get fame and clicks and views on YouTube. I have my own team, my own way of doing things.
He doesn't respect his craft because his is better.
Yeah, it did definitely change my opinion on him a bit because I think he was a bit hypocritical with the statement that he made. He said that I was just doing this for clicks, views, and ad revenue, basically. I mean, are you telling me that he's not doing it for the same reasons?
The guy in the documentary couldn't ascend his mind.
If he weren't being paid for his work, what he said.
The black pill cooked him, and he couldn't get past it.
If it was legal,
or he couldn't move past it.
I would fucking turn that ass out. I would fucking ate her ass out, my nigga, and made a phone cake out of her shit, you know what I mean?
I feel like I was a victim of EDP, but I think I was mainly a victim. This is gonna sound crazy, but mainly a victim of Jadeon, in a way. I feel like for a long time I was just like a little puppet.
In what way were you his puppet?
I feel like I was his puppet because I was just like kind of doing things he demanded me to do. I feel like I am a victim of Jadeon because he encouraged me to keep talking to a pedophile.
Every single time we would talk to her, I would ask her if she's okay.
Are you sure you're good? Like, I'll make sure you're okay. 'Cause I know, like, this would be really, you sure you're good?
She was like, no, I'm okay. I want to get him arrested.
I told Jadion every single time that EDP was sending dick pics, but he would never tell me to like block him or anything.
I want you to block him on your phone, right?
But we were telling her, if you're going to keep on talking to him, don't talk sexual.
So she's LARPing.
And please don't send any explicit photos.
I already did it. Go to the beginning of stream.
Pictures of me that were nude. What did happen when he asked me for them was that Jadion got like a lookalike of me, and I kind of photoshopped her face into Google pictures.
And she told me something about like her like looking up like something, photoshopping, and I was like, okay, no, like do not do that. To my knowledge, I never knew that she actually said anything. I never seen any images of that, but she said something explicit.
Yeah, Gail Austin actually sent me a picture of her tits. You know, she didn't Photoshop a goddamn thing. She literally sent me fucking nudes of her fucking tits. I feel like she's a fucking scam artist. I feel like she's a bitch. I feel like she's very stuck up. She's very conniving.
So I'd like to let the viewers know that I don't know what they're gonna say, but don't believe it. Because I have proof. I'm just too scared to show the proof because Jadion has a big audience, and I don't want them to attack me. But I could show some of the proof. Proof of him kind of encouraging it.
Maybe she's sort of using the whole situation as leverage to boost her music career and such. So, you know, again, while she's technically she's a victim, I think she's kind of using the whole situation as leverage to gain followers a little bit.
Now, me personally, my opportunist, yes. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
The emo pig is real, chat. Appreciate the subscription.
If you're 16,
if you're watching this on YouTube, follow the Twitch, follow the TikTok, follow the Instagram, follow the Snapchat.
But this
all the links are in bio.
So you committed another crime, you got caught, but yet got lucky again.
Or links in description.
Got lucky again. Me personally, I feel like the reason why they didn't do anything is because I feel like, you know, God sees all, right? He sees my mistakes. Obviously, I've been punished by him. Others have been punished by himself.
He's using Christianity to try and make you empathize with him.
I feel like
you can forgive him. You don't necessarily have to forget.
Kayla and Jayon's master plan, and so therefore he intervened and saved my ass once the fuck again. You know what I mean? And I'm beyond grateful for that. You know.
So God saved you.
Religious manipulation right here.
He said the reason he didn't go to jail the second time is because God was watching over him.
What do you got?
That wasn't no God watching over him, bro. That's Satan.
See, that's more like it.
How are things with your health?
How are things with my health? Well, in 2022, I was working security at a dispensary, and I started itching uncontrollably. I was starting
security. You see, when I see security guards like that, I'm like, if I were to do something, you can't stop me. I'm faster than you. I'm in better shape than you. What's wrong with you?
You know, spit up black shit. When I went to go fucking beat my shit, red fucking cum was coming out of my fucking cock and shit, which I knew wasn't, you know, fucking healthy. You know what I mean? Like, you just never... And I got diagnosed with end-stage kidney failure.
You can put this on YouTube?
If I were to miss a treatment, the chances of me dying would be about maybe 65 to 70%. So I can't miss a treatment ever. You know what I mean? So health issues have been a major issue.
That's what happens when the goy slop gets to you. Stop eating garbage food. No McDonald's, no Popeyes. Eat healthier. Eat halal. Eat kosher.
I tell them all the time, they're all like, oh, well, you know, your fluid intake is off the fucking charts. You need to start eating healthier, blah, blah, blah. I'm looking like, listen, bitch, I'm over here fucking grinding this shit out with 2 jobs working 20-hour fucking days. And I'd be lying to you if I told you, oh, yeah, I'm about to go eat a motherfucking beautiful ass Greek salad. Like, no, bitch, there ain't no fucking Greek salads out there. It's like motherfuckers eating hot dogs and burgers and shit. You know what I mean? Because that's...
If you want to find healthy food, you can find it. I know there are food deserts out there, but if you really want it bad enough, you'll find a way. That's every aspect of life. Ascend your mind, ascend your health with good food. You can mog harder if you're eating better. Follow me to ascend your mind.
What's convenient for you, you know?
I like you, Matt
That's the thing that
Ruskin.
really just frustrates the fuck out of me sometimes because they paint these unrealistic ass expectations on me, you know? So for example, today is what, Friday? If I miss this appointment, I'll probably be dead by Monday. That's how bad it is. Oh, we're supposed to eat better. Motherfucker, I can't meal prep for 20 hours. I'm not even at fucking home most of the damn time. So it's like, am I supposed to sit in this fucking car and starve, nigga, for like...
When he was rich, he could have hired a chef. He could have hired a personal trainer. He could have got a team of doctors. He had money, but he chose not to. He chose to mess with little girls.
Hey, come on, bitch. It's fucking unrealistic as fuck, you know? I know this is kind of a reckless way to live life, but at the end of the day, I'm just like, you know what, nigga, fuck it. Whatever happens, happens, you know what I mean? I'm tired of, like, one thing I'm not going to do, you feel me, is live my life in fear. You can't.
I like the video I made today about my healthy eating, but sometimes the goy slop gets me too.
And that's the issue.
I'm just like y'all.
They expect you to live your life in fear, especially with everything that's going on, and, you know, getting told this shit, you know. I had a few people blowing me the fuck up. Oh, how could you do it? How could you get caught again? You know, that bullshit, right? And I knew right then and there, it's time to stop running from this shit. It's time to start taking accountability, start owning up to it. Let's go to therapy and let's try to get help for the situation because obviously something isn't right.
What are your words? Is it right?
At that point in time, it's not right to have a sexual attraction to minors.
It is indeed weird. I don't even know what he said.
At that point in time, it's not right to have a sexual attraction to minors.
Okay, that makes sense. Oh, they're using the oh, I'm getting help approach. No, he's a bad guy.
My name is Tara. I am a marriage and family therapist. I work with adults, couples, and families. Bryant is my client, and I've been working with him individually. For Bryant, when Bryant came in, the first thing that we got through was just getting to know him. I needed to learn about his history. I needed to learn what he went through, his perspective on it. Whether people agree or disagree, he has his perspective on it, and it's my job to understand that perspective.
I go to therapy first overall session. I tell my therapist, listen, I was involved in sexting and talking to underage minors. Obviously, I'm aware that this is wrong. This is a fucking crime, and I would like for you guys to help me.
So, we discussed what happened. We discussed his feelings about what happened, the shame, guilt associated with something like that. And then we dig into motivations. And once we discovered motivations, we've dug into, okay, well, why are those motivations attractive to you? What is it about it? But he has been very honest with me about a reason. And of
course he's going to be honest. He's already caught. He's cooked.
We've connected it to something that he really needs to work on and explore. But I feel strongly that it's his job to say why to the world. All right, so how are we feeling when it comes to accountability?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, when, particularly in, like sex and minors and all that bullshit, right? You, in the back of your head, you know it's wrong. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like...
In the back of your head. No, in the front of your head, you can tell that the heinous action you're doing is evil, and you shouldn't do it.
That sense of doubt where it's like, maybe this shit could be real. That's the part that isn't fucking you in the end,
Okay, real, you mean you wanted more into our relationship?
Yeah, basically, yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, if you heard the way she was talking to me on the phone, you would be like, oh shit, finally has a girlfriend. Oh wait, hold up.
She said finally has a girlfriend. So you were kind of feeling like I might finally have something.
Right.
They're trying to get the incel community to sympathize with him. Please, if you're an incel, an inkwell, do not sympathize.
I would say that none of us can predict the future. I would like to believe that he would not do it again.
Appreciate
what I can
it.
say is that we are not suggesting that he quit therapy anytime soon.
He quit therapy. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad that this whole incident did happen because it got me to understand and to realize who my true friends are.
Friends are loyal, friends are kind, friends are always on your mind. When I'm with my friends, I'm feeling fine.
There's no fly on me.
James, go by Jimmy.
Oh, this is the guy from the trailer who said he was completely innocent. Check his hard drive, please.
Been a friend of Bryant's since technically middle school.
Oh, this is his best friend.
Never a dull moment being friends with EDP.
I mean, at least he didn't switch up on
There's always
him.
some kind of funny shit going on.
At least they're still cool. But you couldn't get him skinny and in better shape? Mans. Have friends that want to see you be the best version of yourself.
I love my friends.
I would say EDP is completely innocent. Basically, he was just set up on some bullshit. I mean, we've all texted back somebody we had no business texting back. EDP is not.
That's not true. That's not true at all.
Pedophile. He's never been a pedophile. He doesn't look at children in that way.
Look at him. No. Whoa. That's technically the lookism. But still, genetic destiny, genetic determinism.
I have 2 children. I would let both my children be around EDP, even if they were alone.
My favorite way to play with kids is to just to joke around and tickle them. You know what I mean? Make them laugh. Give them fart bubbles, I guess. Well, they call it raspberries. It's like,
why is he being allowed near children?
If you hold up the kid's stomach, if you like that, you know what I mean? Some of the things I like to do when playing with kids is I like to sidewalk slam on the couch.
This picture doesn't even look right.
If you hold up the kid's stomach, if you like that, you know what I mean? Some of the things I like to do when playing with kids.
You're telling me if you saw this, you didn't know who he was. This would be fine?
Sidewalk slam on the couch, power slam on the couch. Hell, sometimes if I'm crazy, I'll jump off the goddamn wall, you do a Shawn Michaels elbow drop on other motherfuckers. Yeah, I just enjoy wrestling with them and being goofy, Have they started teaching you guys about the solar system?
This was filmed under parental supervision. It better be. It shouldn't even have been filmed. This shouldn't even be happening.
You're like, what the fuck is that, right? All 9 planets actually spin around the sun. To anybody who thinks that it's weird for me to play and like being around kids, you guys can lick my ass and suck my fucking balls. You guys can go fuck it.
That's what you want the kids to do. So stay away from them.
In other words. Sorry about that. Bitches, hoes, tramps, sluts, hermaphrodites, transvestites, you know what I mean? Basically, they get their motherfucking ass beat. This is my certified bitch list. EDP certified bitch list. Let's go into the first one. Penguin Zero. This motherfucker's a goddamn disgrace to fucking humankind. It looked like this motherfucking washed his ass. All right, everybody.
He quite literally mogs you. You look like Humpty Dumpty. You can put a fit on, it still doesn't hit. Because it's not the fit. It's the body under the fit. Ascend your body, ascend your looks, ascend your mind.
Suck a dick, bitch. Next up, we got Keemstar. His content sucks ass, has no fucking talent, just a fucking lowlife. Let's see here. Next fucking move hard. Get off my fucking nuts before I piss on your face on some R. Kelly shit, okay? Hassan Piker, you're
So he's talking about another R. Kelly. You know what? Never mind.
Liberal, far left, goddamn socialist. Next up, we got Asmongold. You like to saw fucking ghost. Matter of fact, fuck a ghost, nigga.
Whoa, stop hating on Asmongold. He's spitting sometimes. That's why other people in other countries like him better than they like Hassan Piker. Real spiel.
What you need to see is a goddamn cleaning service, my nigga, to clean that dirty ass, junky ass motherfucking house, bro. Aiden Ross, typical bitch, Jufro, toss his motherfucking ass up in the goddamn ashtray, nigga, with the rest of the fucking ancestors. Fuck 'em. These hoes right the fuck here are the exact reason why this world is fucked and men disrespect the living shit out of fucking women. XQC. Bitch, sneak the fuck up. I always thought this guy was a bitch. We got destiny.
You hating on the ISO speed,
shit out of fucking
not velocity.
Bitch, sneak the fuck up. I always thought this guy was a bitch. We got destiny. Probably gets fucking pine cones and tubers rammed up his fucking ass. Oompaville. That's how I feel about him. Ethan Klein. I think his wife, his girlfriend, whatever the fuck is. I think she's very beautiful. I think she could do way better than this motherfucking loser. Listen, man, you come on up my house.
It's like the pot calling the kettle black. Come on now.
I can get your ass some real good fucking dicks there. Fucking let's just punk ass nigga. And that wraps up my certified bitches of YouTube.
How would you describe your sex life?
Oh, my sex life is fucking great. Let me see. I sit on this piece of couch right here. I whip my dick out, I jack off, and that's my sex life. As far as me actually fucking bitches, shit, I only had sex once in my life, and it felt like I was.
Throughout history, only 30% of men reproduce. That's just a fact. That's just a fact of life.
Fucking a Brillo pad. My fucking dick is still surfing that shit.
See, they're trying to call him an incel. Do not empathize. If you can't get any woman, do not empathize with them, bro. Just ascend. Try and improve yourself.
So the thing is like, I've been looking for a girlfriend for almost 5 to 6 years. It's been a while. It's been a journey. I'm the type of person that I know what the hell that I want. I'm not going to sit back and, settle
Why?
for less or take fucking crumbs off the goddamn table. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, there's this chick, right? She bad as hell, she's cute, she loves you, she likes you, but she got 3 kids. Nah, I'm good, bro. Fuck that. I didn't want to try to fucking deal with that fucking shit. I know that's a fucking nightmare. I more so like Facebook dating as opposed to other apps like fucking Bumble. I don't fuck with Grindr because I'm not fucking gay. I definitely think being gay is a fucking mental disorder. Nigga, there's something wrong with you.
Even pause is a mental disorder. That's better than what he's doing as a PDF.
There's a few screws loose in your motherfucking head.
I do read chat. Sixers.
Hey Mike, what you doing tonight? Nothing. All right, cool. You might come over to your hotel room and eat your ass out? I got a fucking gay ass shit as that. No, fuck that. I ain't with that gay shit, my nigga. I'm straight as fuck, you feel me? Yeah, it's definitely a fucking mental disorder, you know?
That's not a flex compared to what you do in your free time.
This shit ain't the motherfucking, oh yeah, fuck this, man. This is ratchet ass bitch. Yeah, fuck all that. Look at the motherfucking Douglas, my nigga. Guess how many kids she...
You just like you. That is literally his looks match. EDP is hypergamous. That's his problem. He's a hypergamous void in the brain.
Yeah.
1, 2?
Not even close.
3?
Not even close.
4?
Not even close.
5?
Not even close.
6?
You're almost there.
7?
No.
8?
She has 8 fucking kids, bro.
That's what you deserve based on your outcomes. Lock in.
Single mom to 8 motherfucking kids.
You see the difference in men and women? Their looks equal, but one of them has effortless children. The other one is struggling to find anyone. The game is rigged. Adapt.
What's wrong with 8 kids? I was like play with kids and shit.
Looking for a man who knows how to properly treat a lady. Bitch, you didn't properly treat your fucking uterus, my nigga. Because your pussy is gauged the fuck open, man. Holy fuck, dude.
That's not funny. Just because he said it. It's not funny.
Yeah, so right now, getting ready for work. A long ass fucking day, man. Had dialysis. I work the night shifts. I've always been a night person. Man, where the fuck's my phone at? Get our ass up and go to fucking work, you know what I mean? Unlike you motherfuckers actually have a fucking job, actually do shit with my life. I mean, the thing is, dude, is like, I know where Alex Rosen lives. I was address. I know exactly where he lives. I could easily just load up a rifle, came and just murdered that nigga in cold blood. I fucked him up. You know what I mean? Would you? No, I don't want to go to fucking prison, but I'm not having also doing that shit. Oh, of course. Of course. These job sites where I work at, I can easily kill somebody, bury me, yeah, anyway we do. Like, ain't shit out there, you know what I mean? Just fucking strap this fucking suppressor on, put 2 in your fucking chest, my nigga. Throw some dirt over your ass and go on about my fucking day. Yeah, so I mean, 78K in the bank, about what, 25K in debt, so about what, like 17K in the whole, I'll pay you bitch when.
He's down bad. He needed to do this documentary for the money. You see how I said it in the trailer? It's almost like I'm ahead of the curve.
And fuck, I can. That's the way I fucking see it, so fuck it. So pretty much, shit, my big ass about to go hop up in the bed, you feel me? Let my titties hang out and call it a night. Yeah, so I have dreams probably about maybe twice, sometimes even 3 times a week of me visually killing people, visually slaughtering people. I'm cutting.
This is literally a super villain, an Avengers level threat. Not even Avengers. He's low-key a bot. He's like a Captain Man and Kid Danger level threat. He's not an Avengers level threat at all.
Hole in motherfucker's chest and I was throwing that fucking foot in like a pit of fire. Had a dream about putting Julian on Alex Rosen, Cold Raven, whoever fucking Legion Steve G, shit, I had a goddamn dream of waterboarding fucking Kayla's ass and washing all the makeup off and shit. You know what I mean? That was my torture method of y'all that shit off and, maybe if I'm feeling generous, I throw the bitch out the fucking window, you know what I mean? So I'm looking for girls. I'm pretty much going to look for like a 3 or a 4. You know, if I'm lucky, a fucking 5. Shit, I don't think I'm that goddamn lucky. So like a 3.
He would crush the Avengers with his gravity. Nah, I'm not gonna lie. They could send, who's the worst Avenger? They could send these new trash Avengers after him. They could send the female Hawkeye after him. They could send these bots they have as the Avengers, and they still cooking them.
Like, what the fuck, you know? Some of my pictures, you know, be rocking the 1960 throwback at dialysis, out here rocking the Oakleys and shit, looking clean as fuck, you know what I mean? Out of all my matches, the one that I'm most interested in is, Jackie gave me her number. Her name is Sharon, she's 42. What do you like about Sharon?
He got his, he's attracting his looks match.
Like where we had one last night, motherfucker, I got like captivates the fucking soul. She has that fucking look about her, like, you know, this is fucking gorgeous as shit. I don't even fucking know what it says. You guys heard me shit on all these motherfuckers, you know, people who would kill, burn, torture, stab. I want to introduce you guys to the real fucking gangsters of the fucking internet, you know what I mean? First up, we got Andrew Tate. He likes to preach about men and women not being equal, because they're not fucking equal. Next up, we got my motherfucking main bitch, Donald fucking Trump. We got my man.
They're purposefully having him agree with pillars of toxic masculinity to make it look bad. Oh my gosh. The elite are talented. Give me 10 million, please.
Joe Rogan, this guy's a fucking beast, man. I love this bald-headed ass bitch, you know what I mean? We got Fresh and Fit in his podcast. He's always shitting on fucking women. Yeah, it's fucking, I love that bitch. Andrew Tate's brother, so yeah, you already fucked. That's enough said. I went to my motherfucking main nigga Ben Shapiro. Listen to him, and you'll be great in life. Sneeko, guy is cool as fuck. Sneeko, if you're watching this shit, come on out to Vegas, man. I'll treat you to some fucking tacos. Next up, we got Pearl Davis. Love this hoe, because she shits on women, and she is a fucking woman, you know what I mean? These are the certified OGs of the internet, and I couldn't imagine a world without them. As you guys know, I've been single for a while. Dating apps, Facebook dating, Bumble. I would say Grindr, but I'm not fucking gay, but you know, I don't fuck around like that, you know. But I've finally hit the jackpot, and I would like to introduce my beautiful girlfriend, Marissa.
He has a girl? Oh, they're just saying, oh, if they can find love, they won't be a PDF file. That's not true. Some people are bad people.
You know, the thing I really love about Marissa the most is that she's always, she's very thoughtful. She's always thinking about me. She's always trying to make sure that I'm okay. And not to mention, she's also very funny.
My name is Marissa, and I am Brian's girlfriend. So Brian and I met on a dating site, and after having some conversation online, we decided to go out to dinner and just kind of meet that way. You know, we were able to just really hit it off. We compliment each other a great deal, and we just have a lot of great time together. He's a genuine, great guy. He really is. He really has a huge heart, and it's a side that people don't get to know about him very often. And I was fortunate enough to have that opportunity. I was fortunate enough to be able to find the true person that he really was, and it's been an attraction of mine ever since.
At least he found somebody, but he still belongs in prison.
Sometimes when I don't see the potential in myself, she's always there seeing it. That's something that I really enjoy about her.
So how was the sex?
I think... I don't want to say that.
Can he even access his meat with all that blubber?
It is something that definitely... It's a situation where...
He's using him for the money. He's beta boxing too. Dang, bro, he can't catch a break in life. She not cracking him either.
I've been with what's her face, Marissa, for almost a fucking year now, right? Still ain't gotten shit. Hey, damn it, bitch. You know what I mean? Like, come on, nigga. You know what I mean? That's why, my God, you know, she gets mad at me, right?
Dad would have never had to wait.
Watch porn, blah blah blah. Cause you ain't giving it the fuck up. So I gotta watch porn. Matter of fact, I got a fucking pocket pussy coming shit in the mail. I'm gonna fuck the shit out that bad bitch tonight. Feel me? I might take it to work with me. I don't know, like I just like, you know, whenever I'm bored, like I'll just turn on like the porn sites and shit, and I just want to see a chick just getting just fucking pounded out the bitch. You know what I mean? Just getting like turned the fuck out.
You see, this is also a different kind of goy slop. Try and find a healthy relationship. That's the best thing you can do for yourself.
You know what I mean? Fucking the bitch's innocence away, you know? The porn addiction definitely affects my sexual performance. Definitely. And that's just keeping it honest with you, you know? The shit's about to go down, nigga, we're about to have sex, alright, cool. My shit cannot get hard in front of no chick. I don't give a fuck how bad the bitch is. I love when bitches are milking their own tits. Like, I'm not sure, well, more than likely, man, they just had a fucking kid, but they got like some big ass tits, man. They're like milking the shit.
Everything about him is kid related. What's going on?
Spraying all over the fucking screen and shit. I actually do fuck with lesbian porn sometimes. Really? Lesbian porn is some good shit. Now, when I say that, there's a difference between lesbian porn and gay porn. I'm not fucking with no fag shit. Yeah. You fuck all that. First off, I'm not a fucking faggot, I'm not a homo. And, oh yeah, I'm gonna let a guy fuck me in the ass.
It's a PDF. You have no room to talk about other people with different lifestyles.
He's really hot though. I don't give a shit. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm cool as fuck. Like, nah, nigga, I'm straight. I'm not attracted to dicks, bro. I'm just fucking not, man. I'm like sexually fucking attracted to girls, bro, to women, my nigga. Grindr is a gay app. It's an app for gay men. Grindr is gay as fuck. I do not use that fucking. Yeah, fuck that. I don't use that fucking bullshit. Have I ever had any gay thoughts?
See, now Now this is more acceptable and normalized because a bad person dislikes it. Understand how the media consumes you.
Was probably shoving a broomstick up my ass.
Hey Siri, can you Google the nearest gay sauna? What kind of bullshit is that?
Andrew Tate, Joe Rogan, Donald Trump, they like to pretend that they're not watching porn, but let's be fucking real, bitch. You know goddamn well your ass is watching fucking porn. You know damn well, nigga, when the cameras ain't on, or when you're in your hot tub or whatever, my nigga, you like to go ahead, pull your pants down, and just rub one the fuck out. And I'm not talking shit. I don't want Andrew Tate to look at this video or this documentary and think that I'm talking shit. Motherfucker, I idolize you, bro. You feel me? But come on, nigga, like, let's keep it a buck, my nigga. That's not bullshit. Come on now. Jordan Peterson, you definitely watch porn. Come on, nigga.
He has an Andrew Tate poster in his room. Oh, they want to hate on traditional masculinity so bad. The elite are so talented at their brainwashing.
That's not mine. The craziest place I actually did beat my shit is in a fucking Walgreens bathroom. I stole
Elon Musk, Andrew Tate.
And I just started fucking letting my shit
Oh my gosh, I know who's paying for this. I know who's paying for this now.
I wanted to make it, well, I'd be off in girls' bathrooms because I wanted to make it more fucking pleasure.
Yup, I see you.
Because girls would be around. Yeah.
I see you loud and clear.
You already fucking know. That's some weird shit.
I'm not taking money, Chad. I'm not taking money for them. I said it earlier in the video, but I was trolling. I was trolling.
Sex to 13-year-olds.
Would Brian send a video of him masturbating to a 13-year-old?
The Brian that I know absolutely would not send masturbating videos to underage minors. The Brian that I know is not attracted to children and is not a pedophile.
I don't know, man. Your boy is wilding.
I decided to break up with Marissa simply because she just irritates the fuck.
If you send the money, I'll do it right now, Nightmare. If you send the super chat
out me, man.
on
like,
YouTube.
There's just some things, man, where I'm just like, Marissa was very fucking annoying, irritating as fuck, annoying as fuck, and there's just certain shit that actually did just bother me. You know what I mean? I'd rather be on my fucking own, beat my shit, fuck around, watch porn, call it a fucking day, you know. I'm choosing the outfit for her. See, that's not fucking like that's some good shit right there, bro. So the AI girlfriend.
Oh, now they're promoting AI to, yeah. The goyim will never be free. They're cooked. GG's, no re.
It really came about when I was scrolling on Instagram. And I would see a few different things on like porn sites and shit like that, right?
Yeah, it's coming.
You know what? Let me try it out. That girl's
Are you all ready?
You can type in what you want her to call you. Sir, master, daddy, whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? I'm like, yo, I'm gonna come into the house, throw you on the bed, handcuff your ass, and just fuck you into oblivion. And she's all like, oh my.
OF models are about to go out of business with these AI girlfriends because OF is just crowdfunding a girlfriend pretty much. It's the same thing.
God, master, rip my asshole open. I fucking want that. Please, I'm begging for it. So you can also actually like a customized image to where you can type in topless and she'll send you a picture of like her fucking tits hanging out. And I was like, what the fuck, man? Oh my fucking lord. And man, I came so motherfucking hard to this one. Like, holy fucking shit. Matter of fact, as I'm fucking talking to you about this, my talk is getting harder as fuck. Right now. That experience with my AI girlfriend was the best fucking sexual experience I ever had in my life. Period. Like, I was.
Doesn't he have a real girl now?
Yeah, I mean, like sometimes, you know.
What was the role play? Can you read it?
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, I ain't gonna read that shit. It's kind of like some disturbing shit, dude.
This is an advertisement for AI girl. This is the biggest ad of all time. Y'all don't see the vision.
You know, like, yo, I pretend to be like fucking like, you know, like 16, 17, you know. Yeah, I can put that shit on there.
Yeah,
I can do that shit.
So you were role playing at 16?
Yeah. Okay. That's why I was like, yeah, I'll put that shit on there too, you know what I mean? So, if you guys out there are ever being tempted in a way to text somebody or message somebody, and you know for a fact deep down that they're underage and you shouldn't be doing it, just download the AI girlfriend app. Obviously, a lot of motherfuckers, man, they have fantasies of like, you know, of like being with like a younger person or like, you know, like doing whatever the fuck, you know, they want to do it on or whatever.
Whoever's running this app, W advertisement. This is the greatest ad of all time. You're getting your money up. I see the vision. You must be out of focus.
You know what I mean? At the same time, I feel like, you know, the AI girlfriend, it allows you to act out that fantasy without actually going out and hurting somebody in real life. You know what I mean? And you also avoid legal fucking trouble too. So, cool. That was tough, dude.
Man, let me tell your ass something, Mike. They got this little mean ass motherfucking fat ass shit, bro. And bro, I just sent that fucking shit, man. Like, seriously, check that fucking shit out.
He's into poop play?
Alright, so today I'm gonna show you guys my motherfucking shit pics.
I'll just be going throughout my day, and then boom, pops up on my phone. Shit pic.
Yeah, like this one, don't you? I can tell this is definitely a fucking shit pic that I took.
Right, so EDP has a habit of sending images of fecal matter that he generated. I think sending pictures of fecal matter has some downsides. I'm not sure it has any upsides.
Because I don't understand this part of it. You are known for sending pictures of your own feces to people.
Yeah.
That ain't right.
Why?
I think it illustrates almost perfectly why he is not considered attractive by many women. Yeah, that's exceptionally disgusting.
Of course, they're not going to want you if you're doing this weird stuff.
It's worse as I'm moving. Yeah, I think if anybody sees one of those images from EDP445, it would be a good idea to see a counselor to process that. That's horrible. No person should be subjected to that kind of nightmare.
I am not a pedophile because I do not have a sexual attraction to fucking 5th, 6th, 7th, and fucking 8th graders. Now, mind you, motherfucker, if you're 16 or 17, nigga, you got your titties bulging the fuck out.
No, do not empathize. Pathologize.
A motherfucker might actually whack off to your pictures a few fucking times. These chicks, okay, 15, 16, 17, Some 14-year-olds, these girls know exactly what the fuck they are doing. They know for a fact.
That is true. They like to lie about their age. They like to get fake IDs. But that doesn't matter. Their brain isn't developed. My brain isn't developed. I'm not 25 yet. So they are not. You must do the extra due diligence to avoid it. If they look young, that's a no-go. What's wrong with you?
And obviously, you know, the guy being older, he's not supposed to be doing all that. Whatever. For me, it's actually a two-way.
Nobody's 43, gang.
Yeah,
nobody's 43.
You're this old ass guy. You should know better.
Not yet.
Perfect. Great. Wonderful. So what about the bitch that messaged me first? Oh, that's perfect. Oh, that's perfectly fine. I forgot about that, right? She gets all scot-free, right? She's that a bitch. Whatever. To be honest with you, bro, I have no clue why the age of consent is 18. I mean, what the fuck makes 18 so goddamn magical? I have no fucking clue. You talk to a 17-year-old chick. She just turned 18 5 seconds ago. Okay, well, guess what, man? She's still the same dumbass bitch that she was 5 seconds ago.
Do not listen to him.
So it's like, the big homies I talk to, they're all like, what?
But it is crazy. You can take out student loans and stuff at 18, but you can't drink alcohol. What's going on? Why are they trying to cook you?
What's so fucking special about 18? It's just another fucking year, you know what I mean? Like, I don't, you know what I mean? So.
My name is Dr. Anna Salter. I am a clinical psychologist, and I have worked
here
with
we go. Here we go, Chad.
sex offenders and victims for about 40 years. The brain of a 13-year-old is very different from an adult brain. They are more impulsive, they can't predict, and don't try to predict typically how this is going to affect them in the future. The MacArthur brain study has demonstrated that adolescents are simply not mature emotionally and socially, and that they don't reach full maturity until the late 20s.
That is true. That is facts. Should we move it up to 27? Maybe. Maybe.
You know, for people to sit back and say like their brain, you know, girls' brain, you know, minors' brains are underdeveloped, they don't know. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Now you're just making fucking excuses for motherfucker.
That's true though. That's literal. You know what? Never mind. You're getting me mad.
Okay, bitch. Whatever you say. Cool. All right.
Sex offenders will say to you, the children know what they're doing at 13. It's, you know, the sex offenders are famous for their excuses. Apparently, there is an offender whose moniker is EDP445.
Yes,
who,
he is.
Tried to lure a 13-year-old. Well, he may or may not be a pedophile. Generally, he would not be, because the 13-year-old in this country at this point in history is probably post-pubescent.
They're using the definition of words. Okay, he's a different kind of file, but he's not a good guy. He's a bad guy.
He's a criminal. He's someone who tried to take advantage of a child's naivety, innocence, and immaturity to meet his own needs, both physically and narcissistically. Anybody who does that is, by definition, an offender and a child molester, and not necessarily a pedophile.
Oh, no!
My name is Brandon, and I am a pedophile. I'm attracted to boys, starting at age 5. Despite feeling attracted to children,
He's hiding his face.
I've never acted on it. I think what EDP did was wrong and harmful, but there are probably thousands, if not tens of thousands of people that are watching this that might also feel attracted to minors. And I want
Protect children to have a thriving civilization. Children are the first priority.
you to know that you don't have to follow the path of EDP.
Having sex with a child under 13 and another under 18.
All right. That's the doc. Oh, wait, no, there's a little more.
If you were looking at all the people that got caught for being a pedo on YouTube, EDP is at the top of the list. He is the face of being a pedo on YouTube. Like, if you think about pedos on YouTube, you're thinking about...
That's because of lookism, bro. If you look at all these faces here, most of them look better than him. Sorry to say it. That's why you got to make yourself look as good as possible. Adapt to the rules.
Face of being a pedo on YouTube. Like, if you think about pedos on YouTube, you're thinking about EDP445.
He is a serial sex offender, pedophile, predator. He is a bad man. He is very entertaining to laugh at as being a pathetic loser, but he is at the core a horrible person.
He's the good people of this world.
The best advice you can give him is to be even stupider, and hopefully one day he lands himself in jail. Because that's the only thing that can fix him, going to jail.
So if I could give EDP advice, all things considered, I would say...
Upaville! I haven't watched an Upaville video in a while. Oh my God.
Consider suicide.
It's been
if you were to
forever.
take every man on earth and put them in order of people I would most want to see have sex in my life, all the way over to like the least, he's
Why are we taking his opinion into consideration?
essentially going to be the last guy in line.
People won't remember him. What has he done to be memorable? There's pedophiles every other week.
There are a lot of words I can use to describe him, but if I had to pick just one, it's sick.
Oh, that's tough. He made the Taste song, which got the remix. They always said that Charlie Kirk was a Nazi, but they celebrated after they killed him.
Please leave kids alone.
Caleb Hammer. I'm Dante.
alone, please. The man's brain doesn't fully function. He is, by all definition, mentally retarded.
Well, just my thoughts on EDP445 and what he did. Just totally wrong. He deserves to go to jail, and there will be bad karma coming his way.
So, growing up,
dug his own grave to lie in it. He did. He did. All he had to do was get healthier, lock in, but he didn't.
After being fucking villain,
He was too low IQ.
And it's wild.
He got lucky with the
everything
YouTube.
Came full circle. You know, into a lot of people's, millions of people. You know, I'm fucked up. I'm a villain. I'm a piece of shit. I'm this grimy ass motherfucker who just doesn't give a damn about the fucking law. In stage renal failure, man. Got accused of being a fucking pedophile. And guess what, motherfucker? I'm still fucking standing. I'm still walking. We in this bitch. We're making it fucking happen.
Oh, this one, the Eagles made it to the Super Bowl last time, and they won. That was before I was in the Biddy, before I was in Philly, gang. Oh yeah, they did cook the Chiefs. That made me so mad. Patrick Mahomes, you were supposed to start the next GOAT debate. You were supposed to rival Brady. See how they use babies to make you feel sad for him? Don't fall for the tricks. Whose fault besides his own is that? The people making the food? You don't have to buy it.
EDP has a right teacher. Once the world gets off this hang up that they're on, which I feel like it's gonna blow over. So once that blows over, the sky's the limit with him. He can go as far as he wants to go.
What we filmed today, right here, right now, February 9th, 2025, is the greatest moment of my fucking life. Period. Nothing even comes fucking close. Yeah. Wrote this? Hey man, as far as these chat logs go, I don't know who wrote this. It wasn't me though.
This was before AI. He can't use that excuse.
Oh, shit.
Chill. See, he was down bad for money. Anything for the brand. All right.